Yo, what's up guys, Shad here and welcome to SCL week numero uno. This week we're up against Jbro and his 5 island faucets, and I just recorded like half of this video and then Tasia just calls itself for literally no reason. And I'm very upset, but that's okay. Wasn't perfect anyway, so yeah. Yeah, as I said, we're up against Jbro. You can see his draft and my draft right here on the left hand side because I can't be fucked to do this any better, so you know my draft probably from the draft analysis. If you haven't watched it, make sure to check it out. It's on my channel. I might leave a link in the description. Probably not, because it's really, it's not. I'm just not going to do it. Just watch it because it's pretty cool and you get to know why I picked these things and stuff. And yeah, and you also get to know who else is in the league because you can't see everyone right now. Also, link to our public spreadsheet is in the description down below. We only have one, so you will be spoiled with future results if you really want to do that. Up to you. And yeah, so week 1 against Jbro. His draft is pretty spooky, kind of. His Megaladia, Scissor, Infernape, Amoonguss, Jolteon, Clovetza, Bravery, Spiritomb, Zoroark, and Beartic. And yeah, he's my draft. So things I was worried about: Megaladias, way more than it ever should have been, because no matter what set he runs, there's something that walls it, something that beats it on my draft. My draft works pretty well against Megaladias, but I didn't quite see that at the time. So yeah, I just saw, oh hey, I can't do much damage to this with half of my team, or basically all my team. But yeah, Scissor, not that big of a threat, but kind of spooky because it's a Scissor. But I have Alamola, I have the potential of bringing Rotom and Pythagoras. I do have Greenhead Exclude, both outspeed and do a fuckload of damage. Latias, which outspeeds and can live a Bullet Punch while HP firing its face. And yeah, Infernape, kind of spooky, but I do have Alamola and Latias, both of which can take it on. Amoonguss is really annoying because I couldn't be fucked to put a safety goggles on any of my Mon. So yeah, Jolteon can definitely be a threat because it outspeeds my entire team, and it can pack Signal Beam for Latias, which will do a lot, and then a hidden power of choice for Extra, whichever one he feels like running. And everything else really doesn't like electric hits too much. Rotomose also gets hit by Signal Beam, so overall, so Jolteon can be kind of spooky. Clovetza, I don't really have switch-ins to. I have Spit F Alamola as a potential option, or like bulky God of War, but that's really it. Crotomb can be kind of spooky, but I have things to deal with that. Zoroark, Nasty Plot can be spooky, but once again I have things to outspeed it and revenge kill it super duper easily, so not too worried about that. And the biggest threat I was actually worried about is Bravery, because Sub-Bulka Bravery beats all of my walls. Alamola, Bronzong, Miltank, and Pythagoras, they all lose to a Sub-Bulka Bravery, if played correctly. So I had to plan around that, and it's what I did. So let's move on over to Showdown and then move the recording dimensions over, because magic. Beautiful. So as you can see the 6 one I brought. Mirajan, Conan, Fred, Lubbock, the Dentist, and Cordelia. So, first up is Mirajan, the God of War with Choice Scarf and Trace's ability. It's what I'm going to be wearing basically every week. Moonblast, Psyshock, HP Fire, Destiny Bond with Max, just max speed because Bravery is base 80 as well, and I might be able to speed type with it, because Scarf Bravery could be a thing. I'm not expecting it at all, but it could be, just in case. I felt like, why not? So, the combination of Moonblast and Psyshock actually runs through his team. If you want to take a quick look again, you can see it here this time. It's a little bit over there, but Moonblast, HP Fire, Psyshock, everything. Psyshock, because AV is likely. Both. Moonblast, both. So basically, I hit everything super duper hard with God of War. I could have run a Specs variant, but I wanted the security of having a Scaffer with Destiny Bond, just in case Megaladias gets out of hand, or anything gets out of hand, really. So yeah, I should have probably run like a bulky Specs variant, but oh well. Hindsight's 2020. And yeah, the thing can put in a lot of work because he doesn't really have switch-ins to it. So, next up we have Conan D. Bronzong with the Leftovers and Heatproof as the ability, because look at his team, he has nothing. Absolutely nothing that even gets a ground type move outside of Infernape. And he has no reason to run that against my team. So that's cool. Heatproof is going to help me to deliver a hit from Infernape if it really comes down to it. Or like a random HP Fire or whatever the fuck he might have. So yeah, Toxic, Stealth Rock, Jbro, and HP Fire max. Well, 248 HP, 252 special defense with a sassy nature, and 8 in defense. HP Fire is that I'm not complete setup for the 4D Scissor. I didn't want that to happen, even though I didn't really need it, but yeah, hindsight, you know. Jbro is nice to hit his faster threats decently hard, like Megaladias and whatever the fuck else he has. Stealth Rocks are just nice to wear down his team. He has 3 potential hazard removals in the form of Megaladias, Scissor, and Bravery, but none of them really want to pack Defog, so Rocks are gonna be nice. And Toxic is there to mainly wear down Ladias. If I can hit Toxic Spiritomb or something, it's not a Crotomb, that's gonna be nice, because status on that thing is gonna be very helpful. So yeah, as soon as Megaladias is Toxic, it's just not a threat anymore. And if he's a sub variant, to avoid my Toxic, there is something on my team that's gonna wall completely, and that's cool. So, next up, this is a set that exists. I was worried about the Subpolka Bravery, as I said. So, I brought this Elmola set, which Elmola is usually the prime setup for Subpolka Bravery. If you ever played 5th gen and you, this was the exact scenario that happened so many times, and people were sad. But, Rocky Helmet Elmola with Regenerate as the ability, obviously. And the moves we're rocking are Wish, Knockoff, Waterfall, and Psych Up. 128 HP, 128 attack, 8 in defense, 252 special defense with Assassinator. I should have been just careful, but I kind of fucked it up. Not that it matters at all, but yeah. Psych Up. Why do we have Psych Up? If you don't know what Psych Up does, I'm just gonna click onto it. Copies the target's current stat stages, or changes is also a word you could use for that. Basically, if Bravery gets up a bulk up, or 2, or 3, or 4, or 5, or 6, I can just copy that shit. I can basically bulk up alongside him without having bulk up myself. And that will allow me to take his hits just as well as a normal uninvested Bravier would do, while getting Rocky Helmet damage off on him, while wishing around, while clicking Waterfall occasionally, while clicking Knockoff to get rid of leftovers if he's not behind the sub. And basically I will just beat him with this set. It will take a while, and I might get crit, and I might be really sad, but I'm gonna have to deal with that if it really comes down to it. And yeah, this attack investment is to break a Megaladias sub. I'm not sure what spread that was. I think it was uninvested or max HP, one of the two. And also attack investment allows me to hit Bravery decently hard, which is pretty important because this is my answer to it. This is also my answer to Alamola. Yeah, my answer to Infernape, and my answer to Scissor. So yeah. Next up, we have Lubbock, the Greninja with the Expert Belt and Torrent as the ability, Scald, Dark Pulse, Ice Beam, and U-Turn. I have to pack Torrent because Brony is obviously banned. 96 HP, 252 special attack, and 160 speed with Timid Nature. That is enough to speed a Timid max speed Megaladias because that is, in fact, his fastest Pokemon. This coverage hits his entire team for so much damage. He has things like Claw, which can switch in relatively well, but they risk getting burned. He has things like Scissor that can switch in relatively well if it's a bulky variant, but once again, burn. Amoonguss can live on Ice Beam. Bulky Jolteon could probably take it, but it's not a thing. Spiritomb can also live, and yet but Scald burns are a thing. So basically the thing is my late game sweeper, well, I can clean up Mon and my Revenge Killer as well, because it does so much damage to his team. And basically when I come in, I either grab a kill, or grab a burn, or grab important chip damage, and that is perfect. So that's basically all I have to say about Greninja. It's just really good this matchup because it outspeeds everything on the team barring Jolteon. So yeah, next up we have Dentist, the X-Gorilla with the Choice Scarf and Mold Breaker's ability, Earthquake, Rock Slide, Rapid Spin, X-Scissor, 52 attack, 192 speed with a Jolly Nature, and 64 HP. That is enough to outspeed a Scarf and Bravery, well, a Jolly Bravery, I guess. Yeah, and X-Gorilla, this is another one that he doesn't deal with too well. The only thing, he doesn't have a ground resistance, first up, which is nice. He has an immunity and Bravery, but Rock Slide hits that pretty hard. And if he doesn't bring Bravery, I can just click Earthquake because of Mold Breaker. Megaladias is obviously not a switch in. And yeah, also I don't need Iron Head for this matchup. He has nothing, absolutely nothing I would click Iron Head against. No fairies, no anything that would not want to take Iron Head. Like, nothing gets hit harder by Iron Head than by Earthquake, so no point in running it. Instead, I opted for Exeter, just to hit Mega Larias a little bit harder. It really doesn't make a difference what I have in this last slot. I just felt like, let's slap Exeter on there, because if I can get a clutch kill on Mega Larias, then why the fuck not, right? But basically, I'm just gonna click Earthquake and maybe Rapid Spin once, and maybe Rock Slide. Highly doubt it. So yeah, Extra Will is once again late game cleaner and weakening mons. Basically, E3 is supposed to just kill shit and help with the help of the thing toxing and the thing getting Rocky Helmet, chip damage off, and knockoffs and shit like that. So last member of the team is Cordelia de Larias. With the Cobble Berry and Levitate ability, HP Fire, Draco Meteor, Roost, and Psyshock. 156 HP, 100 special attack, and 252 speed. With Timid Nature, obviously. I don't know if I said that, but I just want to speed out Mega Larias just in case. I forgot what the HP investment is for. It's probably for Jolteon. It's either Jolteon or Infernape. Maybe both. Who knows? But yeah, I just want those things to not 2KO me. And that's what I achieved with the spread. HP Fire for the Scissor, and then Draco / I could just hit his team hard. I have a Cobble Berry because he has 2 potential Pursuit Trappers in the form of Zoroark and Spiritomb. I don't want them to trap me. Oh, and Scissor, of course, but I can HP Fire that thing. So yeah, that could be a thing. So I have the Cobble Berry just in case, because Larias is really important, because it deals with Infernape. It's my main answer to Amoonguss. It deals with Jolteon. It can kind of maybe a little bit deal with Clawitzer, and yeah, I can also beat Zoroark because I outspeed, and I can live every hit because of Cobble. So that's the team I'm bringing. Let's just get into the game real quick, Reno. I guess I'm gonna pause and then get into it because things and stuff. But yeah, see you in the battle. Okay, so you can see the teams in front of you. You can see what Jbro decided to bring. He brought Spiritomb, Jolteon, Scizor, Amoonguss, Mega Larias, and Infernape. This is good because there is no Bravery, which is the thing I was super duper worried about, and also nothing that's like gonna throw me off in any way. And yeah, also I have to say I forgot to rewatch this battle. I probably should have done that, but I didn't. So this postcom is not gonna be too enlightening, but you know, it's what happens. I don't remember a lead, so let's get into it and see what happens. I think he leads with Infernape, and I will lead with Larias. I already make a mistake right here, okay? I'm a max speed Larias. This is an Infernape. 110, 108. I outspeed. Right? He goes for U10. Big showing. This thing is scarfed. Choice scarfed. And I didn't realize it. For whatever reason, it's probably the first time in life that I didn't realize that something was scarfed and was so blatantly obvious. You will see that come into play later in the match, but yeah. I'm just gonna drop a Draco turn 1 because I have no reason not to expect the Spiritomb to come in, and that does a solid chunk, 42% to a Spiritomb without max investment. It's fine. I'm gonna switch out because I don't want to take any hit from this thing, and go into Mola. He misses the Woolworths, which is pretty nice for me because that means I can still hit decently hard. And what I'm gonna do is just click knockoff because I was expecting something to come in. I'm not sure what, but something. As he goes for Calm Mind. Kind of spooky, but since he has Will-O-Wisp, that means he does not have Rest, so I'm fine with that. I'm just going to switch into God of War because I can live any hit. And his Pain Splits up, fine by me. I'm just going to click Moonblast. It does 51%. That's nice. He reveals Dark Pulse over Shadow Ball, which is also good for me. And I'm just going to knock him off with another Moonblast, and that's one threat gone. First kill of the season is for God of War. So, I'm going to slow this down a little bit because, damn. So he brings this not worried. I have an Alamola. I'm just gonna go into it and get Rocky Helmet damage off on the thing. He just goes for the safe Bull Punch, not trying to mess around with my God of War. Fine by me because he tests Rocky Helmet damage and Life Orb Recall, which is nice to note. He is Life Orb. So this turn he goes for a knockoff, getting more damage off on himself, but getting rid of my Rocky Helmet, which isn't that big a deal. What I'm gonna do is just throw up a Wish because it's a Scizor. I'm just gonna be here all day. Because fuck you, I'm an Alamola, I don't care. So, what I'm going to do here is just go for a knockoff because getting rid of something's item, I don't care what's going to come in, it's going to take a hit. Like, it's going to get rid of the item and it's going to be beautiful. He brings out Amoonguss. kind of annoying because I don't have safety goggles on any of my mons. I could just couldn't fit it on. So Cordelia is going to be my sleep fodder because I needed something, and it's the least useful member, I felt, just because Jolteon I can deal with that because I have 2 Scarfers and a Spidef and Bronzong. So yeah. He goes for foul play on my Latias, and Colberry activates, so that does nothing. I'm gonna switch out here and go into my Bronzong because this will enable me to get up my rocks, and also I can take a foul play. It's not gonna do much. I'm a Bronzong, so I can also start him up. He goes in Latias. I obviously predicted that shit. Hello, I'm a lord. He stays in and goes for the Mega and goes for the Shadow Ball. I'm not sure I agree with that play, but he gets Spit After Drop, so it all works out in the end. That does nothing. It's 40%. I'm a Bronzong. I'm a god. The important part is I get a Toxic off on this thing. No longer a threat unless he's some kind of refresh variant or whatever the fuck. Or rest, I guess. So I'm going to switch out because I'm at -1 Spit Def. I don't want to take a Shadow Ball into Alamola, as he's just going to go for another Shadow Ball. And he gets another Spit Def drop, I think. Does he? No, he doesn't. Never mind. I thought he did. So, Fred is here, Fred is fat, Fred doesn't care. Psychic, that gets Spit F drop. But, oh well. It's fine with me. I'm just going to throw up a Wish again and go back into Bronzong. Because that means no matter what he goes for, Bronzong's going to be at decent health. And I can continue to beat the thing and then get up my rocks. So, what he's going to do is go out into his Amoonguss, which is fine with me because I'm going to go into Bronzong right here. That was my plan all along. And this thing can't beat me. That's the basic story. I can't beat it either, but you know, that's fine. This time I'm just gonna get my rocks because rocks are nice. Here it goes for HP Fire. It does solid -5 because I'm heat-proof Bronzong. What I'm gonna do this turn is actually pretty nice because I'm gonna go for HP Fire. It's my most damaging move against his Amoonguss. I just want to wear it down a little bit, force it to maybe show Synthesis. But he decides to go into Scissor. That works out perfectly for me because HP Fire is gonna knock this thing out, and that is the second kill and the first one for Bronzong. So Scissor out of the way again, not that big of a threat as I said, but it's gone, and that is nice. So this turn I think he's gonna go into Infernape. Yeah, he is. I could just stay in here, but I have nothing to hit it, so not much point because I am heat proof. I can live every hit. I am just gonna go into Alamola because I'm an Alamola. I really don't care. If he goes for Thunder Punch, that's fine. Because I can go into Excadrill or something and just shoot at it, or even Latias, and just scout. Flubbids does nothing, like actually nothing. What I'm gonna do here is pull the double Excadrill scouting for the Thunder Punch. That was also kind of my plan. Yeah, I knew that I would pull this double because I need to scout for the Thunder Punch. I don't want Alamola to go down there because it had a chance to die. What I'm going to do is just go back into Bronzong because Bronzong still doesn't care about the Amoonguss or anything that it does, except for foul play. It kind of hurts, 34%. It's not that bad, but it's damage I don't want to take really. So, this turn he is going to go out into his Space Burp. I'm not sure why, but he does. Probably just to get up Shadow Ball. I'm gonna go for HP Fire. This is solid, massive 3%. As he takes more poison damage, and this turn I'm just gonna click Jbro Ball because I don't care if you go for Shadow Ball. I can take it. I'm a Bronzong and you're toxic. So go Jbro Ball. It does somewhere between nothing and absolutely nothing, but more than HP Fire. So I guess that's cool. He's getting worn down by toxic. He also has a recover rules, which is weird. It does make a difference, but it's still weird for me. You get to another Spit After Drop with Shadow Ball, which is also fucking fantastic, but it, once again, doesn't matter. I'm just going for another Jbro Ball. I have to think be at super duper low health after toxic damage, and I think I'm gonna pull the switch into Aloe here, question mark. Nope, Greninja, because Greninja can live a thing. You could also go for Psychic, expecting my Alamola, and I would obviously be immune to that. So I put the offensive switch here, and I'm just gonna click Dark Pulse because nothing wants to take it. I guess Infernape could, but it really doesn't. He goes into Amoonguss, and with the rocks and this Dark Pulse damage, I will actually be able to kill with an Ice Beam from this range, which is fan-fucking-tastic. I also got rid of the leftovers beforehand. So that Amoonguss, Greninja gets its first kill for season, the third for our team. So he is, I think I'm going to Jolteon, System Shock. Yep. This was a really interesting set. I think it had like Heal Bell and shit. It was pretty cool. don't think he had to show it though. So I'm gonna just toss what you could delete. It's not important at this point, as he goes for Signal Beam and knocks me out. Fun by me. Larius was basically a father anyway, so first thing one that counts down in the season. Oh well. But now I'm gonna go to extra real, and right here I'm gonna pause because I will shoot out. I will just clean up here because I can. If this is a Scarf Jolteon, I can live hidden power from it, and that's completely fine. Larias is at the point where I can easily kill with an Earthquake. It's gonna be at like really low health after rocks. And I can obviously kill Infernape, which from the damage it did to my, I think it was Elmola or something. I was very sure it would be something like Expert Belt. How did I? Yeah, I think I had some calc and I thought, yeah, this is Expert Belt. So yeah, gonna go for Earthquake. There's a dead Jolteon. Scarf Extra pulling it through. Yeah, getting a kill basically. Okay. So he runs Infernape, and this is where I'm just being stupid. He outspeed me turn 1, and then he scarfed. He outspeed my Larias. I'm fucking stupid. I could have just gone to Elmola there, but Elmola was kind of low, so not the best possible play. So what I'm gonna do here is go into Gringer because he's locked into Felbits. Obviously he's scarfed because he outspeed my Scarf Excredible. And I can basically get a kill. I'm just gonna go for Scald. Infernape will die to that, and if he switches into Larias, which he did, it's fine. I outspeed that. I can just fold up with a Dark Pulse Ice Beam or even another Scald. But I think I decided to go for the Dark Pulse because, yeah, maybe there's a damage roll or something. And he goes into Infernape again, and I didn't want to risk anything. And I think I just go into I think I go into Bronzong. Yeah, I go to Bronzong. As it turns out, he's gonna go for U-turn because it hits everything I have left on my team. And that means I basically won. I thought he would go for close combat there, but he didn't. So you know, that means Bronzong isn't gonna get forward, and I'm gonna give the kill to Almamola because I feel like it deserves it. I feel like it put in work. So I'm gonna not be. I guess I'm gonna be a bit of a dick here, but I just really felt like Almamola deserved the kill, and I said it in the chat. So I'm gonna go to Elo and take 2 U-turns and just go for Waterfall. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the 4-0 victory for the Bayern Munich in week 1 of the SCL. My post count was weird. I apologize. This was not on point, but oh well. Yeah, GG Jbro. His link will be down in the description below. Make sure to check him out. He's a pretty cool dude. He's currently working on a fan game. So make sure to check that out. And there are a lot of friends involved, and I may or may not be in the game as a funny character. So that should be cool. And yeah, that's the game. I'm pretty happy with how this game went. I don't think God of War took any damage. Never mind. Yeah, I took the fucking Shadow Bomb. I'm stupid. So Gringer didn't take any damage. So Gringer's the god. Gringer with 2 kills. Then we have Alamola with 1, God of War with 1, Exo with 1, and Bronzong with 1. So everyone except for Larias got a kill, and Gringer got 2. So that's pretty dope. As I said, link to Jbro will be down in the description below. Also a link to the SCL spreadsheet, so you can, you know, look up stats and shit and whatever else you might be interested in. Next week we are up against, don't let me lie, Moldy and his Wolverhampton Wanderers. That's a pretty fun matchup. He has a very fat team with basically 3 straight up offensive mons in Nidoking, Entei, and Mega Manectric. Everything else is really fat. I already built my team for that. I'm just waiting for him to have time, because he's a busy man. Yeah, that should be up, you know, relatively soon, because as you see, replays are working again. Fucking beautiful. Anything else? No, I don't think so. This postcard was really not good, but you know, it's the best I can do right now. So thank you all for watching. Let me tell you what you think of the team and the battle and stuff and things. And MVP is probably gonna be either Elmola or Greninja or Bronzong even. Bronzong did super duper well. Let me think. Yeah, it's gonna be Bronzong just because it toxic the Mega Larias, which was very important. It basically switched into Amoonguss. It killed the Scizor on the switch in, and it was being a lord. But shout out to Aloe and Gringer for putting work, and God of War for doing work against the Spirit Tomb. So, with it all being said, I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you for watching. That's not my outro, but that just kind of happened. As I said, week 2 will be up relatively soon-ish, depending on how when I play Moldy. And yeah, leave a like, leave a comment, leave some nudes. I will appreciate all 3 of those, and hopefully see you guys next time. Goodbye.